Welcome to Elemental Games Nexus. We are a group of doctors, graduate students, game artists, and computer scientists getting together to play tabletop RPGs. These unlikely folks will be navigating the haunting depths of Delta Green's Impossible Landscapes campaign. Join us as we unravel mind-bending mysteries, confront cosmic horrors, and race against time to preserve what's left of sanity. So to get us into it, I'm going to open us on a scene. You see an interrogation room. A singular, dim overhead light is all that lights the room. An older man in a black suit with a maroon tie sits in a chair, heating his hands on a cup of steaming hot coffee. A document is slid across the table with the word static in all caps across the top. He takes a minute to read through it and looks up towards two other figures in the room. You can't make out their faces as it's too dim and they are standing in the shadows. He says, "So what's this about?" The figure on the right speaks up. "This is about what happened to Imzel. The program needs to know everything about their last mission." The man sitting in the chair says, "Fine, but you may want to sit down. This is going to be a long tale, and it does not have a happy ending. And even hearing this story may be dangerous." And he begins scribbling something onto the document and begins the debriefing. It all started with Operation Alice. This operation began on August 10th, 1995 in New York City. So, each of you are contacted in a different way, letting you know that you need to head to a specific location, and it's how you've been contacted by Delta Green in the past, so you'll recognize it as what is going on. And you all know Agent Marcus, who is your case officer. So, Agent Midas, you get a letter stamped with a green triangle offering you a solo gig, but the proprietor wants to meet at Washington Square Park at 4:50 on August 10th. Are you going to attend?
Yeah, I'll attend.
Okay. Mora, you receive an email with the coordinates 40.731, negative 73.997. The email's head is just a green triangle. And there's a date and time stamp of 4:50 p.m. on August 10th. Are you going to go?
I wonder, should I?
And this came to your official email address.
My official email address. Wow. CIA.
Yeah. Which in 1995, that's probably like Yahoo or something.
AOL.
Did they have? Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it AOL?
Like, yeah, I think it is AOL. Yeah.
Or did government have some old other shit besides?
Oh, they probably had their own servers.
Of emails.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Agent Margarine, you receive a call from your secretary. And I assume you answer the phone.
Yes, of course.
Like, "Oh, sir, just a reminder, you have a meeting to attend with a client in Washington State Park today at 4:50.
4:50. And I've got bodies piling up already. Alright, sounds good. I'll make it. Probably need to shower first, though.
Agent Mueller, you get a call from a client.
Hello there. How may I be of assistance?
We've got a big job, and we were looking around for potential people to do it. We would love to meet in Washington Square Park to discuss a new contract, preferably 4:50 p.m.
I'm a bit knee deep in shit, but give me a moment and first thing a shower, and then
It's pretty green.
Oof. I mean, at least persons are healthy, assumingly. I'll be there.
Okay. And Agent McLovin, you receive orders to attend a meeting in Washington Square Park with a potential informant about tax fraud.
gotta follow those numbers.
Gotta follow the numbers. Okay. So Who? We'll go down the list. Agent Midas, what time do you get there?
What time did it say?
It's at 4:50.
I get there around like 5:30 then. Fashionably late.
Oh,
PM.
you fucking dick. You're one of those people? Oh, God, I hate you already. I'm sorry.
Okay. Agent Mora, what time do you get there?
I'll get there at... Wait, 5:40, right? Or 4:50? Wait,
4:50.
4:50. I'll get there at 4:45 like a reasonable person. Owen.
So you're there at 4:45. Agent Margarine.
I'll be there at like 4:52, and it's clear that my hair is still drying from a shower.
Okay. Mueller.
Valid excuse.
I'm probably gonna just barely get there. Unfortunately, the last job was not as simple to complete as I would have liked it to have been, and
So
I
you're-
am not
You're
showered
gonna
at all.
be late, like later than 5:30.
If I took a shower, yes.
Okay.
So I'm not taking a shower.
So you're skipping. So you're gonna be there like right on time.
On time.
Okay. So you won't be the last because somebody's gonna be getting 40 minutes late.
Because somebody's
and-
a dick and doesn't respect other people's times.
Agent McLovin.
I'm gonna be there at 4:20.
Okay, so you're gonna arrive.
If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're unacceptable.
Give me a
I love that. It's great.
third roll.
A search.
Yeah.
In theory, that did the thing. No? Can I not just click the search button?
You should be able to.
Oh, it did that. There we go.
Okay.
I failed to search.
You're waiting as they're there first, and about 4:40, the man you know as Agent Marcus, who let me show you the picture. He's, black hair, glasses. He walks up and brings you over to a park bench and says, We'll wait for the others."
Certainly.
So you're just sitting around waiting. Nothing's really
I'll pull out a Sudoku puzzle and work on that.
okay. Sure. Is it an expert Sudoku puzzle?
It's gotta be. I don't do anything half-assed, I guess.
Okay, sure. So who said they were going to be? Oh, Sean, I think you're next. I think Agent Mora. You show up. You can give me a search. Oh, if you fail the check, go ahead and put an X by your Sean, I don't think you can have a pet peeve against people who are excessively late. You were the last one to show up.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I said excessively. I was literally 5 minutes late. That's fine.
Okay, so you
I specifically said to all your podcast listeners, I said Sean having a personal pet peeve with people who are excessively late. Being more than 10 to 15 minutes is excessive. If you are that person, fuck you.
That's good to know. I'll definitely use that against you later when we play games.
It's just
Do it to yourself, man.
no.
All right.
It's just no. Fuck people like that. Oh, just
So you see Agent Marcus walking around trying to not be seen and be the guy that surprises you. And he keeps looking over his shoulder, looking around, like he seems very nervous or paranoid even.
Huh. Looks like this guy's new. I just kind of like mutter to myself.
You also see Agent McLovin, who you can go ahead and describe yourself, Edward.
I'm a nerdy-looking 24-year-old, just barely. Got some glasses, carrying around my my briefcase with all my current case reports information that I need for, investigating people's finances.
Do you walk up to? And you've seen him before. He's been a friendly. You've probably worked with him once in the past. Agent McLovin. Agent Marcus, you've worked with anytime you've worked in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go up to Agent Marcus, or do you wait for him to come up to you?
I'll look. Does he kind of seem like he's just still looking around and all that, or has he like clocked me?
He's still looking.
All right, yeah, I'll walk up to him and just kind of give him a nod.
Ah, great. This way, Agent Mora, and he takes you over to the seat. And about this time...
Do you want me to describe my character?
Oh, yeah, I was going to have you describe your character. Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
For it.
So Agent Mora, also known as Jack Foster, he's like about 5'11" tall, kind of very fit build. He's wearing like a little bit a suit jacket, kind of blending in with the normal New York crowd of, wearing a suit and all that. Doesn't wear a tie, just like a nice polo with a little suit over it. He has kind of like a little bit messy hair with a small scar below his left eye. And he's just kind of looking around and like he's pretty confident of where he is, and he doesn't really, he's very comfortable being in like a position where he feels like he knows what's going on. So this is a little uncomfortable for him, but he's confident in the city because he's been here a bit.
Okay. And he'll sit you down, and you guys don't have to wait very long for Agent Margarine to show up. And you can go ahead and give me your search roll. Okay, so once again, you catch Marcus before he sees you. And you see both Agent Mora and Agent McLovin. Do you go ahead and go over, or wait for Marcus to catch you?
No, my character wouldn't be used to those sort of like weird games, so he's just gonna walk up to the seat.
Okay. Marcus gives you a nod and then continues looking. And right on time will be Agent Mueller. So you show up, give me your search roll. Good, okay. I just realized we should probably be saying these out loud.
Not yet. Rolled critical 44, because in this game, having the same numbers twice means it's a critical.
Yep, and we'll go ahead and we'll say like for Edwards, we'll have said 87 over 50, and then for yours it would be like 44 under 50. That way everybody knows, skill wise what people have.
Yep.
All right, so you're walking up and you see them all. You got them picked out.
Nice.
You see Marcus is looking really shifty. You've got the whole area you're going to be sitting at ready to go. You see a water fountain that's not working. So do you go up and sit down or talk to them?
First things first. For the water fountain that's not working, is there somebody already working on it?
No.
Nope.
You just see a couple kids come by, try and drink water, and then go off.
Oh man, I'm just gonna walk over to the water fountain and see if I can figure out what's wrong with the pressure.
Okay, give me a craft.
All right.
Mechanical,
plumbing, 37.
Okay, so 37 under 80. That's a success. You're able to fix it really quickly.
All right, here we go. So, there you go, kiddos. Enjoy. Marcus, Mueller's here.
I'm gonna go ahead and have Margarine describe your character because I forgot.
Yeah. So you see, he's a. Where'd I put this? He's a relatively short gentleman, maybe 5'6", 5'7", pale skin, bags under his eyes, reddish brown hair with a receding hairline, and a short beard and mustache. He's wearing very wrinkled but clean hospital scrubs. And despite the bags under his eyes and the fact it looks like he does not get a lot of sun, he is moving with like some amount of quickness and precision as he walks across the park to sit down.
And Mueller, I'll have you describe your character.
As I'm shouting down Marcus and running toward them, you see a 6'5" large build man wearing a jumpsuit with the name of his business on it rolled down, with a heavily soiled and tattered shirt from work that he probably just got finished doing. You see boots that are caked in dried something you don't really want to say out loud as he's running toward them saying their code names.
He's good.
McLovin!
As you get closer, Marcus grabs you and says, "God, run up! This is a private meeting. We don't want the whole park to know we're here. What if you were followed? What if we were followed? What if they were followed?
Huh.
Go sit down.
I thought
We gotta wait for the last guy."
All right. Now sit down.
Oh,
How are y'all?
rookies? And you're definitely not a rookie, but he says you're a rookie. So you guys sit there for like 40 minutes. What are you talking about?
How far did I get on my Sudoku puzzle?
Roll me accounting.
Accounting. That's fair.
Fail.
Jeez.
You got stuck, and you can't figure it out. And what happened was you meant to write a 3, but you wrote an 8, and you got all off. Now you're.
Can I do that
Now you're
thing where
just stuck.
you're like over and just try to help him out and see if I can get it? Like,
Yeah, you can give me an accounting roll.
come on, baby. Nope.
Yeah, you don't catch it. You got a 46 over 30. You're sitting there looking at it. You've got no clue. You don't know what's going on.
I do that thing where I'm like, well, no, but no. What if you no? Never mind. I just like look away and just kind of look at the sky and just kind of put my hands behind my head and just am like relaxing.
Okay.
And we get checks for failing?
Yes, you get checks for failing. Yeah.
Do I recognize any of these people? I think this is my first official agent thing, right?
Yeah, you've worked with. I think you've probably worked with everybody but McLovin at this point in time.
I'm also very new.
Yeah, it's also his first agent thing.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sorry, agent names. Margarine. Nice to meet
Catch a glare from Marcus as you said, "Doctor."
Oh, come on. We're going to be
Dr.
working
Margarine.
together. You'd think I'm in scrubs.
You could be a nurse.
But look, he has a stethoscope. I mean, that's doctor.
I actually don't.
I know.
There's
Because
kind
you're
of-
not that type of doctor. You're not a live doctor.
Yeah. Normally my patients don't have a pulse, so I do not need a stethoscope. But but you are.
I'm McLovin. That's all you need to know. Unless you've got some math problems for me to solve.
No,
I might
no.
I'm in the midst
I'm always
of
following the numbers.
Oh, do you do basic accounting?
I have done basic accounting.
Just gonna slide my card over to you. Maybe we could talk afterwards.
Maybe when you were like 8.
You know, other people had lemonade stands. No, I had accounting.
Yeah,
Very
you were
basic accounting.
certified.
for a couple of
Imagine
Fortune
like an
500
8-year-old being
companies.
like, "Can I do your taxes? Yes, I can. Give me 5 cents and I'll get you a full $100 refund minimum."
And this 5-cent coin will appreciate over the next 10 years. So long as I put it in Oh man, brain.
Nobody in my family has paid taxes in 7 years.
Damn.
So about this time, Agent Midas finally shows up. Go ahead and give me your search check.
Alrighty.
Hmm.
46 under 20. You're standing around. We're gonna say it's like a Hannah Montana situation with you. Like when you show up as Agent Midas, you put on a wig to hide the fact that you're Kenny Goldclaw because you're very popular. So you have to do something. So you're just as simple as Clark Kent. You put on some glasses and a wig, and bam, you're no
I'd say
longer
wait,
Kenny
maybe
Goldclaw.
put his hair in a cap or something. Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
you wear a cap.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So, Agent Marcus will come get you, and he'll say, "Finally, what took you so long?" "No, actually, don't tell me. Just go sit down."
You sure you don't want to know, man? Because
"No, I don't want to know anything about you."
You don't want to know anything.
No.
You haven't seen me on like TV.
Sit down. I'm to
Okay.
go over this debrief. We've already been on it for too long. It's very suspicious looking. So, I've got you clearance as to assist the FBI, except for you. He points at Agent Mora, and you, Agent McLovin. Both of you are deputized to the FBI currently. That means you have the full rights and arresting capabilities of FBI officers. The rest of you are assistants in the FBI. This will let you get in, and these covers should hold unless somebody digs pretty deeply in. So, as part of your cover, you need to get into a location and catalog every item in paper. And what you're going to is this woman named Abigail Wright, her apartment. There was a symbol associated with demonology, and the occult was taken, and it got sent in to the FBI when her credit card was used across state, and one of our friendlies there kicked it to us. That's why you're here. You're going into that apartment to figure out if there was an unnatural influence behind her disappearance. And if there is an unnatural influence, it needs to be stopped or destroyed. And then he's gonna hand... So, remind me of you guys who are agents in Delta Green?
Agent Midas.
McLovin, Midas, and Mueller.
Yeah.
And McLovin and Midas, you've both been on the job quite a while, right?
No, I have not.
Or sorry, not
McLovin has
McLovin. Midas and Mueller, you've both been on the job a while.
Couple
Quite
years.
a bit.
Okay. He's gonna hand it to. He's gonna look at both of you and hand it to Midas, because you screamed all across the park about your thing.
Nice choice.
And it's a leather briefcase. So, do you open it up?
Sure.
Okay. Make me a perception. Or sorry, not perception. Search. Or alertness. Your call.
They're the same anyways.
Alright, so 10 under 20, that's a success. So as you're opening this briefcase, you see out of the corner of your eye a tiny dancing clown.
Oh, fuck.
And there's a looping... You hear a strange looping dirge interspaced with drums. And it appears to be playing from an old-looking record player right next to the clown. And then there's geometric shapes all over the coveralls, and the clown mask covers its entire head. And then it's dancing on a stage, and behind it is a ribbon-colored dragon flowing through the air. And the dragon appears to be dancing in a very specific pattern.
That's all in the briefcase?
No, that you're literally seeing that is happening, like behind you guys. You've opened the briefcase, but out of the corner of your eye, you looked over and you see this guy, this like clown.
Nice. Hey guys, you seeing this clown business going on?
Everybody else, you look and there is no clown there.
No clown over there.
What do
You don't see anything? Can you point him out to me?
Is he funny?
It's a clown and a dancing dragon thing. Pretty obvious. You guys high or something? Take a look again.
I mean, are you still high? I mean, you look like
Hey, man.
you just come off a party. You're about, 50 minutes late.
Hey man,
Like, they're all
I take
hungover,
this
huh?
business very seriously. All right.
Well, maybe you
Look
should
at me.
get here on time and, take it a little bit more seriously.
Guys, stay on task. Agent Midas, are you okay? There's no clown over there.
All right. What was in the briefcase, bro? Because there's a clown now.
Do you want to? So the dragon appears to be dancing in a shape. Do you want to try and memorize that shape?
I'll try and memorize the shape.
Give me an int roll. And you'll have to tell me what you guys roll, because I'm not going to be on roll 20 most of the time.
98 over 45.
Okay, well, you have no clue. Okay. In the briefcase, as you
probably damaged his brain.
ignore the dancing clown, there are temporary FBI credentials. There's a New York Post article, and let me do this. You guys should be on a board. Can you see?
Yes.
Perfect. So here's your evidence board. So there's a New York Post article that says, "Missing artist prompts new fears in Kips Bay." And it goes over Abigail Wright's disappearance.
She's
Specifically,
the one on the far left.
she is the one on the far left, yes.
Can you describe the board's appearance, Dakota?
Yeah, it's a cork board with 5 pictures on it of Abigail Wright and the tenants, which we'll get to here in a second, that are also in this briefcase. The other tenants in the McAllister Building, and then a article from the New York Post. And that article reads, "For those who knew artist Abigail Wright, her disappearance from Kips Bay Co-op around June 4th is a mystery. Authorities have been frustrated in their efforts to find the young woman, last seen near her apartment at East 32nd Street and 2nd Avenue. According to a source familiar with the case, early leads have collapsed. A month on, Chief Detective Graham Girodonda says the NYPD is no closer to locating Wright. The source also said a strange and disturbing collection of items had been found in Wright's apartment, including medical supplies, books, and machinery. Wright's neighbors maintained that all was fine with her and nothing indicated she was in danger or planning to leave. Her apartment was locked from the inside. A rise in break-ins, muggings, and assaults in the neighborhood prompted youth leader Anthony Scout to comment, "It is well known in the neighborhood that after 5 p.m., the sidewalks roll up and the police are nowhere to be found, particularly on foot. Scott said that people walking around after dark in the area are watching their backs, or should be." Else in the briefcase is the address of the McAllister Building, 5 sets of keys to the building and to Wright's apartment, stamped "Do Not Duplicate." A Polaroid photo of Abigail Wright taken by herself, and a sticker on the back of the photo reads, "Wright, A, 1st June 94. There's also 4 pictures of the other tenants from the building, the McAllister Building. So, do you guys have any questions?
Out of character, do we have names for the other tenants or just their pictures?
Just their pictures right now.
Okay. In character, why am I being dragged into this? I've done work with you guys before, but it's always identifying bodies and after the action. I'm not really a field guy.
Did you read the article? Strange
Yes,
medical
but-
equipment?
You could just bring that to me.
No, not with the only way we have in is through FBI files. So anything mentioned needs to be left or could be suspicious. Moving it from the apartment. Your whole gig is to go in and catalog. That's what your team is.
All right.
That's your cover story anyway.
That implies that we'll be doing more than just cataloging.
Well, if you find any occult symbols, you need to destroy them in such a way that they won't be missed. Or any connection to the unnatural, it needs to be stopped in such a way that others won't dig deeper and possibly stumble across worse knowledge. I wouldn't
Okay.
normally bring you in, but this
I mean,
is
if it's just
in
cataloging
person.
and wrecking stuff, that's fine with me.
Classic cover.
Any other further questions?
I mean, I have kind of the same question. Through my agency, I just kind of kicky stuff. I don't really see the need for my expertise in this, but
You're here as, no offense to Agent McLovin, but more you've been on your job longer.
I understand.
This job specifically requires behavior at a level of the FBI, and you will be most experienced.
I'm used to people underestimating me.
It's not necessarily underestimating you. I have experience with these governmental bodies, as we'll say. I understand why I'm here.
Yes. So, any further questions before I send you on your way?
Do you have any knowledge about what the nature of the unnatural occurrence? Any further knowledge about what the nature of the unnatural occurrence might be?
If we do, it was not relayed to me. As you know, we keep our information quite secluded from you. The less people know, the safer people are. And if you need my help with things, you know how to reach me. And he'll hand you you all have a specific pager that can page his number. And then he'll call. It's like there were cell phones in the time, and Delta Green is probably utilizing them. So you have some very basic 1995 cell phones. They're 1 pound. They're huge. But you can call him, and he can help arrange things. But I don't want to know, if possible, details. The less people know, the safer people are. Just remember that. Do you have any questions relating to this case that I may be able to answer?
Miss Wright was missing, correct? Was she ever missing, or was her body found?
She is missing. The most recent note of her even possibly being alive was her credit card being used across state lines, but that was found to be a homeless person that found her card in the trash.
Fraud.
And that's what kicked it to the FBI and how we were able to slide you in.
And where was this? Where did he say that he found? He found it in the trash, but where in the trash?
Outside the apartment building.
That's what they found. Okay. And what was the homeless person's name? Do we have that? Do we have information about the homeless person?
We do not. It was deemed unimportant for this operation. We don't believe that she is related to the case.
But if this homeless person lives outside that apartment, they may have seen something.
I like where your head's at.
Perhaps you can look into it and get us that information.
Another thing.
Yeah,
Has
I will put out some. I'll reach out to my contact and see what we can do.
Very good.
I
does she
believe
have
she's
any?
currently under arrest in Maine, so we'll see.
Did Alice have? Sorry. Yeah. Did Abigail? Sorry. Have any family?
Yes, we have a father. He is a detective in one second. He is a detective in
Dead air. Sorry,
what?
I was gonna say dead air.
Oh yeah, let me see.
You know, I just started watching, boys. Doctor Who. I've been told to watch it for a long time. Good show.
That's pretty good.
Are we being sponsored already? What's going on?
No, I just wanted
we're
to
not.
talk
But
about it.
Doctor Who is a good show. To be fair, Doctor Who is a good show.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
I feel like
Yeah.
I fell out of it. I liked it for a while.
I don't.
What are you Are you watching, like, starting early 2000s Doctor
Yes,
Who?
God, no, am I going to watch the 1960s? I can't do that to myself. I know.
Nope,
It's
yeah,
reasonable.
They're missing.
It's the same thing with Star Trek. Like, I'd love to watch it, but it's just like at that level of two. Sorry for anyone who's, older and like maybe loves these shows, but I just can't get into it because I haven't seen it. It wasn't part of my childhood. So it's like getting back into that. It's hard. It's like when you go to play like a video game that you hear everyone loves, but you didn't experience it. It's just not hard. Like, I was past the Oblivion stage, so I played Skyrim and I can go back to it. But when I went back to try to play Oblivion, I'm like, these graphics just aren't doing it.
So
Yeah.
he pulls out a piece of paper with a note on it, and he reads it for a second. He's like, yes, Thomas Wright, her father. He's 50. He's a Nassau County police officer. He lives and works in Baldwin, New York.
How far is Baldwin from New York City?
An hour. If you have questions for him, you could go out and talk to him. He was one of the last people to have confirmed seen Abigail.
Well, we're closer to the apartment, so we should definitely check that out first, right?
Yeah, the apartment is like real quick.
Yeah. Plus, our job is to catalog the apartment, not solve the case, I suppose.
That's true. That is important to keep in mind. If you can find Abigail, great, but first and foremost, contain the unnatural, if it exists.
Do we get like a metro voucher? Are you giving us a car?
I mean, I drove.
He
my van here.
looks at you and says, "You live in New York. Don't you have a Metro card?
I mean, yeah, but
And use that."
Well, that would connect me to this, and
I mean, you don't take a taxi to the building, but you can take a card nearby, or you can walk.
I mean, I've got my truck right over there.
Take his car.
truck it is.
Change the plates.
I mean, I got my Porsche. It's better than a truck.
That's conspicuous.
Hey,
It's New York.
it's
Come
a
on.
beautiful car. I've rode in it before. Beautiful car.
Yeah, we also wrecked it once with him in it. So
Mm.
Well, however you get there, I don't want to know. And he'll pack up and he'll begin walking off, and you see him looking over his shoulders, checking, make sure nobody's following him.
Bye, Marcus.
Goodbye. Agent Mueller.
You'll look at everybody and say, y'all are real smart. Personally, I don't remember to ask questions or nothing.
No, you're right. I'm glad they got some like smart guys here, because I'm usually just here when we gotta talk or shoot things. But yeah, some smart guys will speed things up.
Why the hell would we need to shoot things? We're just investigating an apartment.
It leads to that sometimes. I mean, personally, I don't carry anything like that, but he often says that it's important, especially when you live in the inner city.
So the apartment you guys are heading to is located at 210 East 32nd Street, New York, 1016. Sorry, 10,016. So how are you getting? You're taking the Porsche? How many people fit in your Porsche?
It's a two-seater.
Two?
I mean,
Yeah, dude.
there 4 could scrunch up in the back. 2 people in the back.
There's 5 of you. So somebody's
Mueller's
got to
got a
ride
truck.
in the truck.
Got the truck.
Okay, so you're taking a truck and a beat-up truck and a Porsche.
Yeah.
Is this your company truck, Mueller?
It is, but I put
Does
a
it have
little sign over the thing when I use it.
You cover the company logo.
Yeah, I have a little attachment that I just sort of put over. It kind of swings from time to time, but can't really get the whole name or anything on it.
Okay.
Have you considered magnets?
I have not. That is a good idea. You're smart. And what were you doing before? That weird thing with all the numbers?
Oh, yeah, it's just a little mind training.
Oh, makes sense.
Mind training.
Yeah, man.
I suppose you're
Gotta
not wrong.
exercise that brain power.
Get confused after I look at a few different numbers plus the weird little symbols and stuff.
Okay, let's see. So this is like 10 minutes. So it takes you guys 10 minutes. You get there. It's like 6 p.m. now.
Alright. We can, I guess, we should just go up, go
You
straight
have
up to the
2
apartment.
hours before sunset.
So let's head up. I know.
Okay, so you
reason-
guys-
Take the elevator.
You go in. You don't know what floor her apartment is on.
Oh, I thought we got the address on.
You got the address to the building.
It's an
Not to her
apartment,
apartment.
building, right?
It is an apartment building, yeah.
All right. So is it one of the type of apartment buildings that have the locked door in the front that you have to buzz somebody inside?
No, you can go straight in and it leads you into like a little lobby.
Okay, then we can just look at the mailboxes. Look for the last name.
The mailboxes, there are no mailboxes. It is door slot mailboxes.
Is there someone in the lobby, like at the
security
counter?
desk.
There is, yes. There is Cynthia LaChance. She's an African American woman.
I'll take the photo and ask her to direct me to this person's apartment.
What business do you have with that?
She's missing, and so we're my colleagues and I here are investigating her disappearance.
Ooh, what organization are you with?
You don't need to know that. That's not important.
I'm not
Just
sure.
my 50 over 80. So
I mean, you just are you gonna show her your FBI credentials or no? No.
doesn't need to know that information. It's not important.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a detective up there anyway, so go ahead, she's on the. But I believe she's on the first floor. She's like 1A. She's just down the hall.
I wanted to ride the elevator. Oh well.
Elevator?
Boys.
There's no elevator in this building. It's only 3 stories.
Wait, and you don't have an elevator?
No.
What about the handicap?
It's 1995. Those regulations are awful.
I'm pretty sure buildings have to have an elevator. Even in
Now
95.
it's if they're not. I think if
older
they're
buildings
below
are-
4 stories or 5 stories, then they don't have to.
What's the role to know
There's-
the OSHA regulations at the time?
Yes. Oh yeah, I do want to know this. I want to know if I know the OSHA regulations.
Bureaucracy.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
That's a 46 over 50.
That's a 39 over 50.
Over?
50 over 80?
Under?
50 under 80?
Under, guys. Under.
50
You
under
are
So
80.
correct.
you know the OSHA regulations.
Yeah.
You're free to Google it and figure out what your OSHA regulations are. I don't know the OSHA regulations in 1995, so you'll have to look it up.
I'm pretty confident. It's like a certain amount of stories, and for I guess they just put people with like disabilities on the first floor. I think that's kind of like their
That's probably what they would do. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Abigail's apartment is here. And I am wrong, John. There is a mailbox section. It's just behind a locked door.
It makes sense. No, yeah, I used to live in a building like that.
So you guys walk down to Abigail's apartment 1A, and outside the door is a man in a trench coat, African American male in a trench coat. He's sitting there. He's smoking, waiting for you guys up, apparently, and just staring at the door.
Him I'll walk up to and flash the badge.
Ah, good. I was told you would probably show up today and wanted to hand over this set of keys. Because he doesn't know you guys got illegally copied keys.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll take the keys.
So, just warn you. We didn't get to go in there but twice. And it's weird.
Put it out of your mind. You're free to go home. We'll
You
take
gotta-
it from here.
Great. If you need anything, here's my card. You can reach me at the station. And he's gonna bounce, like, immediately. He's out. He seems freaked out.
Actually, he said he went in there?
Yeah.
You should probably search him. But
He's an officer of the law. We can't really do that.
Oh, hey, buddy. Get back here. I wanted to ask you another question.
You had another questions for me?
Yeah. Hey, I know we're both officers of the law and all that. Just want to make sure you didn't, like, take anything out of the apartment, or...
No.
No,
We left you our some boxes with all of the information we've had in there, but there's so much to go through. There should be some Polaroids and stuff for you so you could take pictures and
Nice.
make it
Hey,
happen.
you doing all right, man? Like,
It's so just a very strange. I've never seen anybody live like that.
yeah,
I'm
like
happy you
my
guys are here.
like my colleague said, put it out of your mind, man. And I hand him a Black Eagle CD, and I go, here, this is my buddy's band. It's pretty great. You should take a listen while you're not thinking about what you saw in there.
You hand him a Black Eagle CD.
Or was it still taped in '95?
No, it's CD. CDs are
Okay.
fine. Yeah, now that's what I call music. Like 3 just came out. Oh, I love this band. Their drummer's my favorite.
Yeah, drummer's the favorite. All right. Remember, stop thinking about this apartment, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks. Good luck in there. And he's gonna bounce like as quickly as he can. Now, was that a released CD?
Yeah, I'm not
Or
gonna
like,
give him.
you're not gonna give him, you're not handing out secret unreleased CDs.
No, that's amateur hour.
Okay, just had to check. All right, so do you guys go in?
Yep.
So this apartment is full of stuff.
She's a hoarder.
The walls and ceilings are covered in layers of paper and objects that are epoxied in like some sort of pattern. Seems really bizarre. There's a tape player, a CD Walkman, a transistor radio that have been pulled from the walls, and it seems to have ripped off the paint because of how tight it was glued. The floor is bare, the rugs have been ripped up, exposing the linoleum. There's no furniture. Her television and VCR had serial numbers, but none of that showed up anywhere. So nobody sold it, nobody pawned it. And there's just junk. Piled up junk everywhere. And then
Can I try and determine if there's an organizational structure to this? Usually hoarders have like a pile system or
yeah,
something
you can.
like
You
that.
can give me bureaucracy or accounting.
$37 under 70.
Just like looking around, you're trying to understand what this is. You can't. It doesn't make sense. And I'm gonna need you to make a sanity check.
Okay, let's see. Is that just click the sanity points button, or
I think so.
is there another button for this? Let's see. This one? 71 under 80, so success.
Got 80 fucking sanity?
You're fine. You can't wrap your head around what this does. It seems systematic, but you can't like a crazy person system maybe, so you can't really comprehend it. But just looking at it, you're pretty sure this is going to take at least 4 days to go through all the stuff and catalog it. And you see, like over on the side, there's a cardboard box labeled evidence, FBI White Plains, Write A, 10th August 95. And it has some Polaroids, enough film to take 800 photos, some latex gloves, evidence bags, stickers, sealing tape, and a manifest list of those things that were in the box. So, what do you guys do? And that's 4 days if everybody's helping.
Yeah, I suppose it's time to get started then.
Okay.
Reminds me of Grandma Meat Patty's room. It was a mess like this.
Hmm.
Loved to collect stuff.
I guess I'll grab a pair of gloves and start working. I think I'll specifically look for it. They said there's medical equipment and stuff like that in here, so I'd specifically look for that kind of thing.
I'm gonna specifically be looking for receipts or financial records to indicate purchases that are outside the ordinary, sort of, not just like gas, but like any sort of large purchases or
Okay, sure.
things that aren't recognizable.
I'll be looking for like stash spots and like
Check
places that
book.
are easily hidden and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the toilet to see if somebody left something in there.
Okay. And Midas.
Searching for brown gold.
I'm gonna first look at that Walkman. What they got in there?
Okay. So everybody go ahead and give me a search check. This is gonna here. Every search check is gonna represent like hours, and you've all worked a full day, so about you can push it, but if you start going into like sleep deprivation, you'll take minus 20% to your stuff until you get a full night's rest or do something to.
Elvin for deuces, and I failed.
I matched exactly and succeeded 50-50.
Okay, so that is in like a outside of a crit, in like a competing roll, that would be the best possible that you could do. And you were looking for the 50-50, you were looking for receipts? Things like
financial records, anything that would indicate purchases that are outside of ordinary, like groceries and stuff. Like if she did acquire anything odd, then she probably had to pay for it. So
you find a receipt.
A receipt.
You find this receipt specifically. And I'll shift see it so you can see it bigger. It is a receipt that says from Abigail Laura, $850 for rent, 1 month's rent in apartment 10B, and it seems to have been signed by some name.
That's not her apartment, is it?
Also, $850 for rent in 1995 is not reasonable.
We will get to that. Let's get through everybody else's.
Yeah,
so we'll start. Just tell me what you guys rolled, and whoever hasn't told me already.
Got a 97 over 50. Horrible failure.
So you're searching and you're coming across papers and stuff that doesn't really jump out and make sense to you. At the moment.
I was looking for medicines and medical supplies, and I got a 16 under 60.
Okay. You find this. If you actually don't find these machines they were talking about, but you do find this napkin that has this weird design on it.
The hell is that?
One diagram is labeled Liao, and the other, there's two diagrams. The other one is labeled Escriba.
Can you spell those?
Yeah, does anybody speak Portuguese?
Damn it. Spanish, it's close to Portuguese, but not.
Roll me a linguistic Spanish.
Linguistic Spanish? The fuck?
I don't know how to roll your Spanish language.
Yeah, Spanish. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I critically fumbled with a 77 over 50.
You've got no clue. They're spelled Lea with the little wiggle on top. O. That's Liao. And Escriba is spelled Escriba. Do we have somebody? Do you show this?
Yeah, I assume we're sharing everything.
Okay, so we'll get to that then.
For the listeners, the scribble looks like a... Oh, fuck, I don't know. Like a weird little... Almost like a CD, and it's surrounded by like a... almost like
I was thinking like
shirt.
TV mount.
TV? Yeah, it does. It does.
Mount?
Yeah, if you look at like the back of a TV mount, like that type of screw-in thing, and then it has like a bunch of like, I don't know, like... That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, arms, like metal, like arms coming out, like
metal arms coming out, hinges. Yeah. Yep. It appears to spin. I believe everybody else failed their rolls, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do So you're showing this out. So we'll need, if anybody has craft mechanics at 30%.
That's a negative, good buddy.
Does the plumber have craft mechanics?
I'm pretty sure Mueller does.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, because he had craft at 80% when he was fixing the water
Oh.
fountain. So
I'm sorry, I just realized that my thing was off. But yeah, I have 80%.
Okay, so you're able to understand the diagram.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You should be able to understand the diagram anyway, but you cannot say what's wrong with it. Like something doesn't connect here. Go ahead and make me a sanity check against unnatural.
Sanity. This is going to be bad. It's 69 over 48. It's a failure.
Your sanity's 48.
I rolled terrible.
You lose 1 point of sanity.
Ooh.
So go ahead and describe what the unless you want to project it. Do you want to project the sanity loss onto a bond?
No, I'm gonna hold on to this.
Okay, so go ahead and play out. You're looking at this machine, and it's messing with your mind.
As I'm looking at this machine, looking at how certain parts of it, certain areas of it should fold and sort of continue to turn, but it shouldn't turn the way that the arrows are pointing, where it's pointing counterclockwise. When certain arms are in a certain position, it should be going clockwise. And my mind is spinning in the inaccuracies of the way it's functioning or supposed to function. Should this thing actually be in reality? And I just sort of stand there as my eyes just go glaze over, and I start to dribble drool down the side of my cheek, like I'm looking off into the distance and gone brain dead.
Since I'm the one holding it up, I will snap my fingers in front of his face and say, "Hey, Agent." And the snapping turns from trying to wake him up to trying to remember his name. And then I go, Mueller, Agent Mueller, come back to us.
I'll respond.
Can I slap him? I'm gonna slap him.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll slap him.
Okay.
Does this rise me out of my fugue state?
Yes.
Janice?
Hey, get a hold of yourself, man. Not the time to be just looking off into nowhere.
What happened?
You good? You good? Follow my finger. Hey, shut up for a minute. Follow my finger. I'll do the finger thing.
Okay. Are you good?
I'm looking at it, following it.
Okay, cool. All right. You sure you're good? Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, and you just see a dirty thumb covered in grease.
All right, I'll just nod and then walk off and continue what I was doing.
Okay.
Man, you rooks are so hardcore. You know, that shit just happens. You look at a thing and you lose yourself for a second.
And then you guys also have this receipt to talk about that Agent McLovin found.
Yeah, this is very bizarre. Clearly, the receipt is marked incorrectly.
I'd say so. $850 for rent?
I mean,
crazy.
It is New York, though.
It's
It
also
is New York.
it's also the wrong apartment number and the wrong name.
Yeah, that part's the part that's, actually interesting. Obviously, the rent is fucking ridiculous, but...
It also doesn't say it. Doesn't necessarily mean that. I mean, it's clearly not this building if it's 10B. Well, wait, no, because 10. Is this saying that it's apartment 10th floor?
No, so the apartments in this building are labeled really weird. You're currently in apartment 1A, and they go up to 11B.
Okay, so it could be this building.
Wait, this building has an elevator, right? Because it goes up to 11.
It does not have 11 floors. The apartments are labeled in the weirdest possible.
Oh, okay.
way.
I thought you said it went up to 11. I'm like, it doesn't have an elevator. That is a fucking OSHA violation.
I literally don't understand.
I think it might be an ADA
are
violation, actually.
1A,
Oh,
2B, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6B, 7B, 8A, 9A, 10B, 11B. That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe. No, I don't know. I can't. I don't want to.
Wait,
I'm losing sanity.
did you even mention an apartment 10B in that list?
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose we can always go over there and check.
And there's a ground floor, first floor, second floor in this building. As you guys are also still looking around, it is nighttime, or becoming nighttime at this point. Are you planning on staying here? If you are, what did you tell your families or whatever? Have you told your families?
I would have told my wife that there's a lot of cases piling up, so I'm going to need to pull a little bit of extra time for the next few days.
Okay. Well, we're talking. I mean, it's 8 p.m. right now.
Yeah, I probably need to be heading back. We can, I suppose, come back at this tomorrow.
Okay. So, and you guys can split. That's totally fine to do. This is not D&D. It isn't just death to split the party.
There's no furniture in this room at all.
No, not in the main entrance room. Which is where you found the receipts. This is where you spent your 3 hours just digging through paperwork. In her, bedroom, there's a couch.
Okay.
No furniture at all, sorry. She has a bookshelf.
No furniture at all, just a bookshelf.
Yep, and there's no books on the bookshelf, and boards have been taken from the bookshelf.
Nothing says I can't sleep on the floor. That's fine. I was gonna say that I will stay here, work and only take some power nap situation to prevent exhaustion.
So you're gonna get 8 hours of sleep, but split up over a couple hours each time.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. Sure.
Working in between, so I can work as much as possible.
Okay, so you're staying in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Margarine, you're going home.
Does anyone want to stay and continue to search?
Yeah, I'll stick around. I'm just gonna give a phone call to my landlord to let them know that I'm not gonna be home and to check on the animals and feed them the normal way.
Okay, so you're staying in the apartment. Mora, Midas.
I'll probably go home to my fiance.
And Mora's going home, and Midas.
I got a party to make an appearance at. It's got Tom Hanks at it. So, gotta drop by.
Do you tell these people here that you're working with that statement?
No.
Okay. I had to check.
You're not invited.
Okay. So we'll do it this way. We'll say, let's go.
Marcus, before we continue, we need to ask a few questions about MCell. pulling their files, we found something unusual about each of them. And we need information. Tell us, how were they recruited?